What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Let's get this party started. Who's ready to make some sense of this market with me? It's actually looking really good. So that's the TLDR of this entire stream. Market looks good. What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, Raleigh D? Welcome in. Hi from Croatia. Let's go. I still really want to go there. I still haven't. I'm still planning on it. Once things open up a bit more, I'll definitely make my way out to Croatia. What's up, Josh? Martins. Sorry if I butchered that. Jow. Tom, Cody, Dean. Is this the Krusty Krab? It is not. This is Kicking It with Kaz. Welcome in. Who's ready to party? I'll give you a sub and watching. I'll take a follow. Hey, Trader Rourke. Do you post some good charts? If you do, I might give you a follow. Let's see some TA, bro. I'm not sure if you're talking yet. If you can't hear, if you aren't. Oh, can you guys hear me? I hope the audio's going through. I've been talking this entire time. Thanks for another streaming. Greetings from Brazil. What's up, man? Hi from Germany. Okay. Fellow German. Do you think Bitcoin will outperform most of the altcoins next weeks? We'll talk about that. Hi, Caesar, Josh. I guess that's a yeah to you can hear me. Is the volume okay? Too loud, too quiet? How are we doing? What's up, Papadinsky? We can hear you. Perfect. Audio's fine. Awesome. I'll give people a couple more minutes before we get started. But then we'll get into it. I think a lot of people want to see what we have to say about Ethereum and Link specifically, and I'll probably talk about those right away. So want to give people a little bit of time to come in. Hi from Korea. You are the man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Let's see. I think I posted this in my Telegram. Let me double check. Yeah, I did. Okay. Scooter with the like. How's everyone doing? You guys having a good day? Making some money? The market has been on fire. How about this? How about that Tesla pump? Bitcoin's been exciting. We'll talk about Bitcoin too. Tuning in from the gym, and let's go, Mitch. Oh, I was talking with Mitch before the stream, and I was bummed that he was heading to the gym because because then he was gonna miss the stream. Oh, one sec, you guys. I gotta take this phone call. Give me just a minute. Sorry, guys. Just one second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We're here, and we gave people plenty of time to get in. So let's get started. I'll talk about. We'll just start with Bitcoin because that's probably what we should do. We'll talk about Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then we'll do ETH BTC, Link, and then Litecoin, and then kind of whatever everyone wants to see. I tweeted this, let's see, 7 minutes ago. That's plenty of time if people wanted to hop on. So let's just get started. So Bitcoin. So Tesla put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. And when they announced that, we started pumping up. Bitcoin put in the biggest dollar value daily candle of all time. If you didn't hear about this, you're probably living under a rock or something because it was all the rage for a while. We have a really big Monday's range that we're working with here. This was our can't talk today. This was our high time frame range that we were working with for pretty much the entire year so far. We were trading in this range for all of January, and it was February 8th when we finally broke out of it. And I'm kind of looking for a retest of the range high or a dip into this level here. That was the origin of our breakdown. It acted as almost resistance there and then acted as resistance here. And so if we get a dip into that, I'll be longing. That would be a pretty good sized pullback. I'm not sure if we retrace this whole thing, but we'll see what happens. I want to keep an eye on it regardless. And we also have nice confluence with Monday's mid-range here. So a dip into this general region, I'll be looking for long setups on Bitcoin, but in the meantime, we will kind of be focusing on alts. So yeah, I mean this Monday's range this week is really big, and so like even a pullback to the mid-range from the high is like 9.5%. So it's going to be interesting to see what Bitcoin does. Personally, I kind of just hope we do a little ranging like this and let alts party a bit, but we will see. The only really actionable setup that I see is kind of what I have drawn right there. If we dip into this general region, I'll be looking for long setups on Bitcoin. What's up, Reno? Thanks for being here, man. Does that make sense for everyone for Bitcoin? I don't think there's really too much else. Weekly open is way down here. I mean, it's unusual for the low of the week to be in already, but it is a unusual week because Tesla put 1.5 billion with a B dollars into Bitcoin. So, yeah, it looks really bullish, and we'll take it one step at a time. I don't know why there we go. And we'll keep playing alts in the meantime. Like, it's already been ranging for us a little bit. I think you could, I'm sure there's a smaller, like lower time frame range that we could be working with here. Maybe something like that, or could be these two. I'll kind of keep an eye on that. But for as long as Bitcoin's ranging, there are just a ton of really great setups in alts, and that's kind of the main idea behind this video. Look at that, they're going. So Ethereum, we're going to talk about this structure when I talk about Link, because I think Link looks just like this, and that means I think Link is going to break out of it. So I kind of think we hit $30 this week. That's obviously more speculation than technical TA based, but Link BTC, we'll look at that too. But this structure, keep that in mind later in the video. I mean, we'll go back to this, but so with Ethereum, we were in this range for a while. We had this key level at 1440. We kept getting rejected there 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then we had a nice big spike right through it, and then kind of been uptrending since then. We had one big pullback, and I made a video talking about this the other day. I mean, whatever day that was, 2 days ago. Wow, time goes by slow, well, or fast, depends how you look at it. We spiked back into that. We front ran the obvious levels, which I thought was pretty typical. We didn't touch that level, which was this previous high, and we didn't touch our 1440 key level, which was our resistance 4 times. But that kind of gave me, it honestly gave me more confidence that the low was in right here, because even though it didn't keep this uptrending structure, it gave people a dip, but didn't dip right into the obvious levels. It front ran it a little bit, and that's kind of what we were talking about before. So Ethereum still looking good. We broke out of this big picture range. We formed a range here, swept the low right into hourly demand. That was a really nice long opportunity. And then I actually did long some there. I think 54 was my entry, just under the range low. And then we bounced up, retested it, formed Monday's range here, and kind of pumped up with Bitcoin. I closed that leverage long on the sweep of the range high, and I'm kind of just waiting patiently here. I did enter some to get some exposure following this 4-hour candle close. I tweeted about that, and now we're kind of just waiting patiently to see what comes next. It's looking good though. Before I started the stream, I was a little worried because this candle was looking super ugly, but it's bounced back since then. So the problem is with funding so high, you need to time your entries more than usual to avoid paying a ton in funding. So I'm still in all my spot Ethereum, but my leverage trades, I closed it on the first sign of weakness, which was this sweep into the high, and we're higher than where I closed it now, but I didn't have to hold for another, like 30 hours just to pay funding. No, more than that. Oh yeah, 31 hours. So that's kind of my mindset when funding is this high. Get your entry, ride it for the bulk of the move, get out. So that one worked out really well. They don't always work out that well, but that one did. So now I guess everyone kind of wants to know where we go from here. We had this fake range breakout right here, which honestly, if I was awake, I probably would have been looking for a long entry because this was a really impulsive move out of this range that we've been trading in for like 3-4 days. But that whole thing got retraced, and now we are kind of grinding our way back up. We did get above the daily open, and we flipped that. We're holding that as support, which is really good to see. And we're holding the range high as support right there. So this is giving me confidence that now we are getting a true range breakout, because here we broke above it. We kind of bounced, but never really pushed away and then just bled lower. Whereas here we broke above, right? Retested it with a wick, one more wick, and now we're pushing away. So if we can get above Monday's high after holding the range high, I think we are due for some really solid expansion. Yeah, Mitch says, how about that ETH 4-hour? So we honestly saved the 4-hour because what I didn't want to see was this candle right here closing above and then us closing right back below on the next 4-hour candle. We still have 20 minutes left, but as long as this next 4-hour candle closes above this high at 1767, then I think we'll be looking good to push up further. So yeah, I mean, we have 20 minutes left. I'll definitely be on this stream for the daily close, so we can talk about that when the time comes. We'll take a look back at Ethereum because I think that 4-hour close is pretty important. I'm going to take this off just to clean up the chart a little bit. And I'm going to move this because hopefully we don't need these levels too much for too much longer. So just really quick summary. This was our deviation from the range, or whatever you want to call it, a fake out, a deviation, whatever. And then here we broke out, and this time we're actually holding the range high as support. So if we can break this high again, maintain some bullish structure, and stay above Monday's high, then I expect the low to be in and Ethereum to start trending to $2,000. Does that make sense, everybody? I'm going to catch up on the chat really quick. I read their average price was 34.2K. Wonder if we ever see that price again. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know, because if we are super early in the cycle, in this bullish cycle, some of these prices like never got seen again. You know, we're coming up here. This was our only dip. Come up here, there, and obviously we never even retested that high. So maybe this becomes like 40K or 38K, and we trend up from here and then have like a long bear market with one bigger spike down, and maybe that only goes to like 50 or 60. We'll see. It's definitely all speculation at this point. What's up, Steve? Thanks for stopping by. Let's get this link cracking. Yep, we're about to talk about link. That is next on my list, actually. Just wanted to catch up and answer some of these questions. What would the stop loss be if you trade the breakout on Ethereum? I assume that's what you're talking about. If we get back above Monday's high, I think the safe stop loss is here. And then once we break above 1830, I think you'll be safe to move it up here. And this is a more conservative approach. Like if we get above Monday's high and this is like a real range breakout, it probably shouldn't break this, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with my stop that tight. I would want my stop down here at around 1715-ish. And then let's say it comes up here, breaks this high, I would move my stop up right there. And then let's say once it breaks this high, I'd move my stop loss up to this low, and so on and so forth, if that makes sense. But initially, obviously your question was where you'd put the initial stop loss, and I would say around 1715 is how I would play it. So I guess the setup I would be looking for is something like this. And like I said, why am I getting so many phone calls? I'm not going to pick that one up. Like I said, I did start to build a position once we broke above this, or once we got this 4-hour close. And my stop loss with that is down here. Just I wanted to give it a ton of room. But if we break above here, I'll move this to there because I don't think it should break that low. I wanted the extra flexibility in case this next 4-hour candle was going to close back below. But yeah, so break above Monday's high, I'd probably have my stop at 1715. I just want to see a strong close here. We have about 15 minutes left for the daily close, which is also the 4-hour candle close. All right. Yeah, I actually haven't seen where or what they said about the average buy-in price or where that info's from. I know they said like they were buying Bitcoin for the past month, but we have no idea how they like when they were buying a lot. Tesla's volume weighted average price in January was 34,200. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Let's see. I mean, that would that's a good average buy. Oh, 34. That makes sense. Maybe I wonder, part of me thinks their position was filled by the 29th, because I don't think Elon would have put Bitcoin in his bio while they were still trying to accumulate. So maybe it was pretty much this section where they accumulated. Do I have bags of Bitcoin and Ethereum that you will never sell? Bitcoin, yes. Ethereum, no. A lot of my spot Bitcoin, I don't want to sell for US dollars, and I will, I'll use it once they're not denominated in US dollars anymore. That's how I think we'll be able to, and even at that point, I think you won't even want to sell your Bitcoin. I think you'll want to lend it for some interest rate, whatever it is, because I think when Bitcoin is so scarce and it's kind of taken over, so to speak, if you sell it, you might not ever be able to get as much back. But that's something I don't have a defined plan for quite yet, because I think we're still a little ways away. Let's look at ETH BTC briefly. So the most bullish case would have been if we held this daily demand. We didn't, so I'm going to delete that off the chart. So we formed this demand right here, right? We dipped into it, really great reaction, huge buyback, and pushed up, swept this high, and we've sold off ever since. Ideally, I do really want to see this hold. I want us to hold this higher low unless it's a quick sweep. Like, I really don't want this getting back below the weekly SR. I wasn't super happy when we were spending time below, but every time we get below, we're getting these big buys that kind of are pushing us back up. So I'm hoping it stays that way. But it really is at a make it or break it level here. So, but that's another reason to be bullish on Ethereum, because it's like, if it rolls over here, we will sit out for a little bit and wait till either it gets to the next support or reclaims that level, and makes things a little easier. How much longer do you think we have before a pullback funding kind of high? Yeah, I mean, funding is going to consistently be really high when we are in an uptrend. That's something that you can't really avoid, and every little bit I think that we will have these little flushes, but even this consolidation pushed funding down a lot. Like, funding was super high, and just from this consolidation, a lot of longs got closed and funding lowered down quite a bit. So it doesn't necessarily need a big drop. Sometimes this consolidation will normalize funding a bit. Let's see. It's not crazy high on FTX or BitMEX. I would say 0.1 is kind of what it stays at for Ethereum, whereas 0.01 is what we would say neutralized or normalized funding for Bitcoin. And like, when we really were going up a lot, like here and here, this was at like 0.3, 0.4. This was at like 0.1, 0.2. So, any place to earn interest on pound stablecoin? I would probably just check out. I'm not sure exactly, but you could check out like BlockFi. You could check out Celsius. You could check out, I think it's called Nexus is the other one. NEXOS, something like that. Those are the ones I'd probably check out. Okay, so Ethereum, we're good. Let's talk about Link. This is what we're here for. Link is looking great, and unless it breaks back below 26, I think this is our breakout. I will look at Litecoin. Litecoin is up next on the list. Oh, it's pumping though. Litecoin's doing some things. Let's go, fam. So let me split screen this. Remember that Ethereum structure I was talking to you guys about? Also, I'm gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this. And I'm gonna do this. I think this looks best on the daily, maybe the 12-hour. I want this to be ETH USD. That was the chart I was on. And do the 12-hour. Okay. Look at this. So, here, I'm going to do it like this so it doesn't I'm gonna hide everything actually, and then, all right, this isn't gonna be perfect. I just have to accept that. Okay, so this structure right here looks super similar to this structure right here, and I think we are right here on both of them, and that means I think this is going up further, then consolidate for a bit, and then push up further. So these just look super similar to me. Basically, I mean, it honestly doesn't need that much explanation because it's pretty obvious. We had this high, this low, high, low, and then this just about, I mean, pretty close to an equal high. It was just, we have resistance in this general area, whereas for Ethereum, it was like this general area. I'm sorry, my drawings are super ugly, but you guys get the idea. I mean, oops. I guess I haven't done the best job of explaining this, but that's just because I don't know what explanation it needs. These just look identical to me, and I think this is like bullish structure slash accumulation, and I think it's about to pop from there. So yeah, it's just that's what I wanted to say about Link. I posted that earlier. What's all the commotion about Litecoin? Was it Angelo's tweet? Okay. Use dark mode. I hate the dark background on charts. I know it's better for to look at for a long time, but I think I have gotten so used to the white one that it's hard for me to like notice things as well on a dark one. Guys, I was tweeting about Litecoin today. I tried to this is how I feel about Litecoin, big picture. It's going to 400 something. Might be worth a retweet. Actually, not yet. All right, let's get back to business. Link structure looks the same as Ethereum. Looks like we're breaking out. We had, let's call it resistance right there. This high. Want that black a little thicker. You can see we kind of broke above it, but it was just a fake out. We had resistance here, 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 and now it's finally breaking out. And so this looks like the legit breakout to me. It doesn't look anything like this. We already had this fake out above, more resistance, 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 resistance. This candle kind of signaled it for me, gave a little bit of a pullback, and it's just been ripping, and I think it will continue to do that. I think people need to start thinking a bit bigger on Link, because we didn't just consolidate here to spike up a couple dollars. Like this probably, like I think $30 this week is very reasonable, $40 next week, something like that. We didn't consolidate this entire time just to break out and go up a couple bucks. So I think you could still, I mean, I wouldn't want to enter here. I mean, I don't know. It just depends. I'm in from lower, and so I don't really want to buy here, but I do think it goes quite a bit higher than this. You just got to manage your money however you see fit. Another thing that was telling me this was showing a lot of strength, we never broke below Monday's mid-range. So we put in the low, put in the high, and it just pushed up again, swept it, but it would not dip at all. There were just a ton of buyers here, and even though this didn't give a perfect retest of Monday's high, this looked like our Link Breakout. And so I guess people are probably wondering how to get on board now that it's broken out. And I would probably, I guess that kind of already happened. It could come back down, dip to this 26.5 area, but if this gets going, it's not going to give awesome retests, and you just kind of have to play it like that one. What was it? That one range setup I have tweeted a couple times, where basically, let me sketch it up really quickly. So we're trending a bunch. We spike up, form a little range here. When it takes out the low, gets above the mid-range, gets above the range high. This is the setup you kind of look for in a trending environment. So if this spikes up, consolidates, takes out the low, and then breaks out back above it, I think that's how you add to your link longs or take continuation plays on this. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was a really rough sketch, but I'm just super bullish on Link, and I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. I mean, Ethereum pumped, I guess, 30-40% after breaking out from this range. 30%. I guess it depends where you draw it from. This was our initial resistance. But I see a ton of upside in Link. I think it's only getting started. Even when you look at it like this, you can see how similar it was to this price action right there. So this looks good. I don't plan to close it anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. If this, I don't think it retests this 25. I think the biggest retest or the biggest pullback it might give would be retest of here, or maybe even here. But I don't want to see it get lower than that, because this is our impulse that pushed us out of there. So I don't want to retrace the entire thing. Does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing on Link. So many people were giving me crap on Twitter for posting about Litecoin the last week, and now they missed the pump. Actually, I think it's only started. This isn't me trolling or anything like that. I don't see why this would not push up to its all-time highs. Litecoin has absolutely been a lagger, but we've seen that so many times. So many different runs up, Litecoin has been a lagger, and when it gets going, people forget about it, people make fun of it, but this coin's still gonna pump. I just want to check in on Ethereum really quick. We got this 4-hour close happening in 45 seconds, so I'll leave this chart up and catch up with some of the chat. SNX, yeah, I'll look at SNX. Really, I've been pretty bullish on SNX. That kind of is an ugly rejection, but last week's Monday's range has been really nice. Actually, sorry, that was 2 weeks ago. Excuse me, this is a 4-hour chart. But I'm not too worried big picture. It's not a bad thing if it comes down to here and then keeps going. I wouldn't want to see it get back to the origin of this pump. I don't think that would look good, but I just don't see why it would. It did pump up pretty hard, get a nice rejection, but I bet it grinds down a little and then breaks out of there again. So not too worried about SNX. All right, I just realized I left this chart, but we got our close above. The range high. So this looks like it is a legit breakout. Look at Link. It's literally been a minute. Actually, not even. It's been 30 seconds and it's up almost 1%. This 1767, that's still kind of the level I want to see hold for Ethereum. A lot of these coins, I've been saying it on a lot of these streams, I don't necessarily trust the daily open pump, but it could hold. Maybe we get a push up, then a retest like that, put in a low for the day, and then keep going. But overall, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this close. Link probably gonna get going. Litecoin. I just think it's so funny. Literally so many people in my mentions, I don't remember which tweet it was, but they were just making fun of me for talking about Litecoin. Don't really want to find it right now, but my dad's awesome. He's always keeping up with Bitcoin. And then he texts me about it. So yeah, back to the SNX question. I know it's not the most beautiful daily I mean, actually the daily looks fine. Daily looks great. Closed above the previous highest close, like that. That looks bullish. I know the 4-hour candle is a little ugly, but I guess what I would say is we can't put too much into just one specific candle. Like, look at this. This was a pretty ugly candle, right? I bet people here were thinking, okay, we're going down to new lows. That's a really ugly rejection. And then it just went up from there. So it's hard to take too much from just a single candle. Still very bullish on SNX, and I'd be surprised if it went further than like low 23s on a pullback. Like this, it just looks like either there was some profit taking or people got a little ahead of themselves with buying this, and some people probably took some profit or something, and now it's just kind of consolidating here. I bet people are loading back up, and once it breaks, you could use like one of these for a break in market structure, and then I bet it gets going. People make fun of my 6S LTC bags too. Yeah, I bet you're making some good money on that. Doesn't LTC BTC look like crap though? I'll pull it up in a sec. I remember it did earlier, but I'm sure it's starting to come around. I sold 17 Tesla shares to buy Litecoin last month. I live for the haters' tears. I love it. LTC BTC. Like this looks like it put a bottom in. It looks like it tried to do that same thing here, but this V got rejected, and this is coming in with a lot of strength, and we just took out this low and this low. So I think LTC BTC could be bottomed. Obviously, it's so ridiculous looking at these high time frame alt charts, because if they actually start going, there's just so much potential. Like, look at this. It's just been downtrending for like, I would say since here. But yeah, we put in a nice candle right there. That's kind of what you want to see. That's like the first step, right? We took out this low and this one. So anyone that FOMO'd into this pump or FOMO'd into this pump, they all just got stopped out. And next, I would probably want to see us break, I guess it would be this high. And then that would be like a shift in structure for me, because we've had this. I think that's kind of the last, on the daily time frame, that is. That's what I would want to see on the daily time frame to get a shift in structure. And then Litecoin would be super, super bullish, the BTC pair. But I think this is a very good first step, right? I have a question, sir. What is your question? Serious. Yeah. So we're getting ETH got rejected a little. Link's looking all right. That's okay. I don't want to see them pump straight off the open. I'd rather go down a little off the open. Hello, all new to this channel. Welcome, Javier. Thanks for being here. There's LTC ETH. Yeah, it is. that does look like the end of this downtrend. Finally breaking out of that. We'll see. I would be fine with LTC starting to run. Make all the haters shut up. Is Link going to go up? Yeah, Link's gonna go up. Yeah, swept lows, but still lower highs and low. Yeah, so I mean, it hasn't shifted structure yet, right? And that's exactly what we were from a daily perspective. Like I would say this has shifted structure. We just broke above the impulse of that dump. I guess we've shifted lower time frame. Now we want to see that roll over to the higher time frame structure, and like I said, I would need to break above that high. And so this is a good start, but we're not here to try to call bottoms yet. So we'll see what happens. This chart looks good, but it could absolutely come back to here and then push up. But yeah, I'd rather see a dip to start the day than a pump. XTZ getting really close to its previous all-time high, I think, if I have that labeled correctly. No, that got swept. So that was the really old one. Look at me, being dumb. Can't get it. There we go. I'm going to put one back over here too, though, because I think this is a relevant level. Looks good, though. Do I use Bitcoin dominance? Not really, but we can look at it. These charts just look weird to me. Like, it just looks super messy. We could have I don't know. It's honestly hard for me to glean too much from this chart, but what I will say, it did take out these highs, broken down since then. We had this little pump that got rejected and a little one here. This was thanks to the Tesla buying Bitcoin. So yeah, I mean, more recently, this has been downtrending, and if we maintain this lower high and that's our high here, then I think we could see something more like that. All-time high on XTZ was actually around $12. Wow, I really am an idiot. Not on my chart. Is this coin that old? On what exchange? Sean? Are you pulling my leg? Yeah, I know, it's you. Where do I find it? Bitfinex? I don't see $12 anywhere, so I think you're a liar. Thoughts on Atom? Yeah, let's check it out. Nice breakout. Oh, I think we talked about this last stream or the one before. It definitely looks bullish, that's for sure. But I probably wouldn't want to be buying it up here just because it wouldn't be ridiculous to pull back a little bit. Maybe, I mean, but who knows? Who knows in this market? Let's see. Let's mark some levels. This is Monday. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, our low's back there. Monday's low. Monday's high. Honestly, if it holds above Monday's high, you could punt along on it. But I wouldn't want to enter a trade right now this early. Thoughts on FTT? It is hard to find someone who is more bullish on FTT than I am. This is one of my favorite coins out there. But sorry, I got distracted. Let's go back to Adam. Maybe later in the evening, not right now, because now we're kind of getting to the time of the day where volume's lower in the next few hours. But maybe if this bleeds down a little bit and then gets back above Monday's high, ultimately, like, if it can hold above Monday's high, I think it's fine to long, but I just don't want to enter anything right now. Phil, F-I-L, you want to see the BTC chart? Looks like it's breaking out. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I would say, I know this is a fat box, but I'd say that's kind of our most relevant level here. So I think we've clearly broken out from this consolidation, from that structure. So if it can hold here, this thing's probably good to go higher. Sent links on Discord for XTZ. Okay. All right. Sean's right. $12 is the all-time high. I believe you. Yes, I do have a 14 tweet thread on FTT. Thoughts on... He got an amazing thread on Twitter. Yeah, his 15 tweet thread, he one up me. I mean, he did by one tweet. And the one extra tweet was giving credit to my tweet. Actually, I'll leave that just in case. Rune. I'm bullish on Rune, but there's just... You just need to look for trending market entries, because these dips get bought so fast on Rune. Like this doesn't even retrace to Monday's mid-range. It only went to here, but I know this is a big percentage swing. Yeah, I don't really have any kind of setup here. Like, it looks bullish. It looks like it's going to keep going up, but I don't have a setup on it really at all. Can you trade FTT on FTX US? You cannot. I don't think so. Let's check in with these guys really quick. So we closed above the range high. It's retesting it a little bit. I don't want it to dip too far. Like, maybe if it takes out this low and then goes back up. But yeah, I don't want to see it dip too much here. That looks like it's going to come back to here, but we'll see. Litecoin looks fine. I think comp has been really nice. I bought some yesterday after it took out Monday's low here. So if it can get above Monday's high or sweep this low into the mid-range, then I think those are both good long opportunities. XTZ is looking good. SNX looks fine. Like, it's consolidating / retracing a little, but overall it looks fine. I bet this is what a lot of coins candles are about to look like. Not Ethereum, because it sucks. That looks super bullish. Serum and Sol. Man, I'm pretty bitter about Sol. I shouldn't have taken as much profit as I did. Look at this. I was able to scoop some up here when we dipped down and swept that range low. Took profit on the majority of it at the range high. Brutal. But hey, it works. Do I day / swing trade for a living? Trading is my primary source of income. I have some other streams of income, but I make my most of it from trading. GRT's pumping already. We never got this set up that we talked about on stream. What about BNB, dear causer? If you've already mentioned, I'll check after. Market cap of BNB is getting quite big. Does it make you think potential FTT? Yeah, I actually compared those in that thread I wrote. Like Binance is obviously bigger right now, but I do think it's a decent comp. I wouldn't want to be longing it up here, but it's cool to see the upside of exchange tokens, I guess, from looking at this chart. So yeah, like if I was still in any, I would probably take some profit. But yeah, I do think it could be a possible benchmark. Why can't I find Serum? Here we go. You said to compare them. Let's see. Do you kind of mean this section right here? I can kind of see it. Let's see. Let's see what we got on Serum. I wonder what this level is that I drew. I have no idea. But this is good weekly resistance, so let's turn it into that. Man, that would have been kind of nice. We'll mark the all-time high. Oops, no. All-time high. And we'll throw Monday's range on. Just get some levels marked up, see if anything jumps out at us. So this, I guess, kind of similar to what I was saying about Atom. Like if it can hold Monday's high, it looks good. Maybe you could get a nice like 1.5, 2 hour trade like this. But I just don't want to enter anything quite yet at this time. Serum, I do still hold some spot Serum. I think it is a very bullish project long term, but yeah, I don't necessarily see a ton of opportunities for it right this second. If it was a different time of day, I think a retest of Monday's high would be fine. Kind of have a gap. Well, not really. I think if it does something like this and then tests this demand, the origin of that breakout, and then gets back above here, I think you could long with a stop right there, targeting previous all-time highs. That's what I would say about Serum. Sushi. Love sushi. Kind of want to get some sushi tonight. Sushi's just kind of chilling, huh? I think the sushi long would be a break above here. It's an ugly arrow. I think that would be something to watch out for. Or if it comes down and takes this low into this demand, make that blue. I don't like that blue. I want a different blue. There we go. I think that would be another day trade opportunity for sushi. So, great videos. I'm an admirer of MFT, but I'm curious what the charts are saying from a technical perspective. MFT. Where do they trade this? Binance. MFT. Looks pretty freaking bullish. I mean, I don't really get any kind of trade setup that meets my rules looking at this, but if you're just looking at a classical chart pattern, it looks like we're kind of consolidating more before another leg up. But yeah, I haven't really heard of them too much. I kind of stick to trading some of the bigger bigger pairs, I guess. Honestly, I kind of like look through FTX. Man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I didn't make my cup of coffee. I kind of look through FTX and see who has a lot of volume, what coin does, and I trade that. I guess you could call it the flavor of the week. LTC, look at all these. Look at all these bullish coins, and then there's just ETH. Just being a bum. Since I put so much focus on Monday's range, do you take Monday off? That's actually a really good question. I don't take many trades on Monday, unless it's coming into a like high time frame level of mine. So yeah, most of the time, like for day trades, I really like Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I find a lot of my trades build off of my intra week, or even like day trades build off of Monday's range. But high time frame stuff, I don't care what day it is. Like, let me find like a obvious. I can't find anything. Like, I mean, I took some trades today. This was today. No, comp. This was on. Where'd my levels go? Oh, there we go. Was this Monday? Yesterday? Yeah. That was right after. So, I mean, actually, yeah, that's a good point. That did sweep Monday's low. So, I guess for the most part, like, I don't completely take Monday off. If I see anything at any of my high time frame levels, I'll still take those trades. But yeah, like I said, for intra week or day trades, I do use Monday's range a lot. Algo, I haven't done algo yet. Let me look. Oh, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Last week, and it absolutely smashed my freaking target. I was looking at this range, really nice interaction with the mid range, rejected here, rejected there, and then zoomed in. I bought this 4-hour SR flip of the mid range, targeting the range high, and that hit it pretty nicely. I've trailed my stop up on the rest of it though. Yeah, man, Monday's range is awesome. I'll probably make a video about it sometime. You guys want to see my, can I zoom in on this? Here's what I've got so far. I want to make like an entire free course on YouTube. Just a full course, free stuff. This is what I have so far. I haven't posted it anywhere yet, and this is obviously not in order, but these are just some topics I would want to cover. I'll probably tweet this sometime, see if people want to give some feedback, but this is kind of what I'm thinking so far. It's going to be a lot. We're probably going to have like 10, 20 hours of free educational video content. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for so far. If anything jumps out at you guys right now, this is the first time I've shown any or shown this list, but if there's anything you guys think are missing, let me know in the chat right now. But this is my what I have penciled in so far. All right. You guys probably got a chance to look at that. I know you're like 30 seconds delayed behind me, but yeah, this was a really nice trade. I would say if we get a retest of the range high, it'd be a long opportunity. Let's see what footprint charts. I don't know. What are footprint charts? Breakers. Yeah, we might do something on like order blocks / breakers. One sec. Let's see if we have some levels to work with here. This is the same problem with Bitcoin though. This is a huge range, but kind of same thing. If we get like a sweep of this and then break back above, you could look for longs or break above Monday's range high. And the reason it can work so well, like you just think of it from a daily chart perspective. If like trending environment, right? Let's say we're looking at this candle. Let's say this was our Monday's range. And on a low time frame, when you're looking for your trades for the week, if you get that break above and it holds it on a low time frame, like when you get above the other days, the previous day's high or previous day's low, typically I would like look for some more expansion. So I mean, this is kind of a higher time frame view of what it looks like, but if this is that and we're holding this on a lower time frame level, I would expect it to push further. And I mean, that probably wasn't the best explanation because I didn't have much time to prepare that, but you guys kind of get the idea. If this breaks above that high, I expect continuation and not just a sweep, right? So if it does something like this, sweeps the high, breaks back below, you could even short it looking for the mid-range, range low, whatever. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to delete some of these. We'll keep an eye on that though. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. We've been live for a little over an hour. Hey, Anmar. See ya, Sean. Oh man, this is up 3%. Market's going crazy, boys. Adam's up a little bit. See, in this case, Monday's high held. If it was a different time of day, I might have looked for a setup here, but who knows. SNX, this might break out soon. You basically just have, like, I mean, I'm not going to draw it perfectly, but you could say something like this. So when that breaks above like this high, SNX is probably ready for the next leg up. Comp looks good. Comp just kissed Monday's range high, so if it gets rejected here, I think it pulls back because we look for sweeps. Scaling in, out, profit taking. Yeah, we can talk about that. Let's add it. Scaling in, out. Wow, my fingers are in the wrong spot. Out of trades. Some of these I'm obviously going to combine into like single videos. I just kind of want all my topics listed. My top 5 alts, shoot, like long term or right now? Right now, I try and keep like ones I'm watching towards the top of my list. So SNX, XTZ, Comp, Litecoin, Link. I'd say that's a good start. Yeah, see, you can see that whole move got rejected. That looks fine though. I mean, maybe it does pull back to that high or it pulls back to this little consolidation, but I would rather have it put in the low early versus just pump straight away, because then it would make me think it pulls back later. All right, Ethereum's holding the range high here. That's exactly what we wanted to see, boys and girls. If Bitcoin, oops. I kind of want to see Bitcoin just get above Monday's high, so I don't think it's going to drop, and then just consolidate. That'd be great. Mitch, welcome back. I hope you had a good workout, man. Yeah, ETH is, it's doing what we wanted. It held it here with a decent close, retested it, still holding it. Stay above here. If we get this, the low is in. We go to the moon, boys. Going to the moon. And Mitch is buying me beer. Long-term projects. Honestly, FTT is one alt that I like because it actually does something. I think DOT is a good project. I like some DeFi stuff like Aave and Comp. And then I think everyone's portfolio should be made up of Bitcoin. So Marathon Charts, what's up, man? Like long term, like I want to stack Bitcoin, and I'm going to use alts. I'm going to trade alts, and I'm going to make money from trading, and then I'm going to put that profit in Bitcoin. You know, all these institutions, and that's what I tell all my friends who are new, who want to get into crypto. I don't say, hey, buy these small little alts. I say, just start getting yourself some Bitcoin exposure. So, yeah, Bitcoin is king. All right, guys. I think we are going to call it there. I need to get a workout in. I decided to stream before the workout. But I will, I'll post some charts if anything crazy happens. This didn't put in a low. It's got a flat bottom. I bet it comes back. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. All 70 of you that are here. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. Sometimes it's hard to get through all the DMs, but I will do my best. Probably stream or post a video tomorrow. I mean, I'm trying to do it most days. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that like button. It helps a lot with the YouTube algo. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon.